So iOS 18 Beta 3 introduces an array of new features and improvements that set the stage for an incredible full launch. Now, among the highlights are the enhanced Apple Intelligence, which makes Siri smarter and more intuitive, and AI-powered upgrades in the Messages and Photos apps that streamline communication and photo editing. But these are more of the features that we will see later on with the full release of iOS 18. And Apple Intelligence will be released more than likely in 2025. Now, the beta also brings RCS support for richer messaging between iPhone and Android users, a new passwords app like we have seen previously for seamless password management, and significant updates to Safari as well, including a browsing assistant and privacy-enhancing tools. Additionally, with iOS 18 Beta 3 specifically, refinements in dark mode icons, expanded SharePlay capabilities, and improved screen mirroring and settings interfaces further enhance the user experience. Now, these advancements promise a more powerful and user-friendly and interconnected iOS ecosystem, making pretty much the full release of iOS 18 highly anticipated. Welcome back everyone to the Wondershare Dr.Fone channel. My name is Francisco, and today we will be talking about all of the new features and improvements that we got with iOS 18 Beta 3 to hopefully convince you to upgrade if you haven't already. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, here's everything that is new. Without further ado, let's talk about everything that came along with iOS 18 Beta 3 and what I think of each feature so far. Granted, I did want to note that the majority of these features are fairly minor and are not a game changer compared to what we saw in the iOS 18 Beta 2 update. Let's go over each one. RCS support. iOS 18 Beta 3 introduces support for rich communication services, or RCS, enhancing messages capabilities between iPhone and Android devices. This includes high-quality media sharing, read receipts, and better group chat features. Now, this had already been introduced in previous versions of the beta, but now the update includes some quick information about the feature by the toggle that allows you to activate it. This is pretty neat, and it goes a long way to explain what it is for as well. Now, next up, we've got the Photos app. One thing that I personally found somewhat annoying in previous versions of iOS is that if you wanted to select more than one image at a time, then it really wasn't immediately obvious how to do that. But now there is a select button near the search button so that it is always accessible. Granted, it is not a huge improvement or anything like that, but it does help with navigation, which is always appreciated and still something that is worth noting. Dark mode icons. Further refinements have been made to dark mode icons, improving their visibility and aesthetics across the user interface. Now, this will apply to more third-party apps, which is nice if you prefer to use dark mode. Now, it is worth noting that the Maps app has also received a facelift of sorts in terms of the actual look of the app. You should be able to notice it regardless of which mode you use, but it does look ever so slightly different. New emojis look. Now, this feature is much more minute, and frankly, I think some people might prefer how it looked before, because now we have more space between emojis, which looks cleaner, but I think I would just prefer to have more emojis in one screen at a time, because I won't have to go searching for it, and I can fit many more emojis at once, which is more likely to cover every emoji that I do use when messaging others. But this feature is here. If this is something that you thought maybe you needed, or that maybe you would have appreciated, it is now available to you. Next would be the flashlight interface. The flashlight interface looks nicer now, and it offers a feature that allows you to adjust how wide you want the light to actually be, so how much ground you actually want it to cover. For example, you do get a nice animation on screen that shows you how much ground your light will cover, and you can increase or reduce it to your liking. This looks really clean, and I would love to see something similar also be introduced to more control center based settings. So next up, we've got notifications. Now, this feature is especially minor as it just hides the name of the contact when you silence your notifications. It will just show messages instead of showing the name of the contact, which will be useful for lots of people, but I would still like to see who sent me a message right off the bat so that I know if it is someone that I want to reply to or not without having to dig further. And then we have default wallpapers. Lastly, the last thing that we really got that is new is that the default wallpaper now features a new color changing dynamic option where, if enabled, you will notice that it changes throughout the day, which is pretty neat. So what has your experience with the beta been like so far? Have you tried it at all, or are you just waiting for iOS 18 to launch in full in the fall? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and leave us a like if you liked this video like always. place. Also, make sure to let us know which content you would like to see from us. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content just like this, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated when a new video comes out. Until next time, have a great rest of the day.